I've worked in the coaching space, and what you guys do is top tier. I've never seen another company provide the level of support and all the way through from working on the tool to, even the business strategy of it. This was probably my fourth time I've tried to do cold email in a business. And this is the first time I've ever had success with it.
Wow.
So because of the deliverability, because using the right tools, because I knew how to create my script the right way. And then I also didn't get discouraged when I was trying to find the right leads to outreach to, because that's a very hard thing to figure out when you don't come from the space of, scraping leads and refining cleaning lists.
What's going on, guys? Andre Hakel Jr. here from ListKit, back with another case study interview here with my man Austin. How's it going, brother?
Good, man. Awesome.
Awesome.
Stoked to be here. Appreciate everything.
Likewise, dude. Thank you for being here and spending the time with myself and our audience to just share the success you've been having using ListKit, not just the tool itself, which is obviously helping you build leads lists for your cold email campaigns, but also the community and the education that we surround it with. So we'll dive into that on today's call. But just starting with the results, from what I've seen at least, you guys were able to secure a pretty big retainer for I think it was $30,000 a month in the real estate industry using ListKit leads. Any other notable results that you have to share? And also, like, what does the ROI look like on software tool investment?
Yeah. So I'd say like the biggest thing getting started is we our software company, what we do at PropSphere is, we target people who are real estate focused or just anybody who's trying to target and access homeowners. And so it was at first, like when we first rolled out our business, it was like, okay, well, cold calling, trying to do some outreach. And it was a lot of time, a lot of energy. And then we're looking at ads and it's like, hey, well, we haven't really built out ad sets and we're still figuring out our offer. So cold email was something that we were just using some random tools and it wasn't very effective. I don't even really remember how I came across ListKit in the first place, but I saw there was a school community once I signed up for it. I dove into the school community, immediately started just understanding, okay, so this is how I can set up, you know, domain email stacking. Because I remember I had talked to people about domain stacking, and I kept getting quoted thousands of dollars to figure out how to do it, just to show me. I'm like, oh, this is crazy. It was really frustrating, actually. And then I saw the school, and I remember just my head exploding. I was like, these guys are giving away all the secrets, all the sauce, all the step by step. I was like, I I felt like I was like, I need to download this before it's all gone. Like, I don't know. I felt like they messed up and they let this all out for free in their community. And so it immediately set up the email campaigns, and it was really great because I didn't know how to find leads on ListKit initially, like, or how to build a list of leads. So yeah, I was able to work with like Bryce and Francois and build up lists. And immediately it was like, it wasn't like overnight success with it, but I think over the span of like 2 weeks and just fine tuning the email scripts, it just became steadily getting anywhere between 1 to 3 leads a week. My biggest issue is that I have to keep on top of all the emails that come in. And what was awesome was actually this guy he saw the email, and this was an email in particular that actually we had forgot to respond to. He called the phone number in my signature, and he's like, "Hey, so what? You don't answer your emails?" And I was like, "Oh, sorry, dude." And we turned it around and got in conversation. He ended up being a large agency, and him and his team could really benefit from what we do. And next thing you know, they signed up and they're a 3,000 a month subscription, which is our biggest client,
Yeah.
um, by far. And
First off,
so,
it's huge, right? I mean,
yeah. And so considering that we're only spending like, I think a few $100 a month across like 300-400 bucks a month, I would guess, across all softwares and everything here, you know, it's, it's proven it out. And now it's just figuring out how to grow that at larger scale now.
yeah. Yeah, and that's the nice thing with cold email. It's like it is that in between, outreach method of like you're doing cold calls, you're kind of doing DMs, you're kind of, sharing content about your offer, but you haven't really proven it yet. And like cold email is a way to prove it and to refine it over time because you can get real feedback. I always remember, when I got started in business, like the first thing they wanted us to do was like validate what we're doing with our target market. And like I always saw that as like such a boring task of like calling people and asking, what their problems are and if they'd be interested in this solution. Where what cold email does, it almost bypasses that to also get sales from doing it, right? Because I just wanted to sell, and it's like, why do I have to call 50 people first before I can, quote unquote, get the approval to sell? Like, why can't I just sell and see if they respond? And if they respond, it works. If not, I gotta change it up. And that's kind of what cold email allows you to do without, going to Facebook ads or whatever and
Mhm.
blowing a major budget, without having something proven out. So that's, what we've done is, we started with cold email, had huge early on success with it, and then took that offer to paid ads. And we were able to see even more success, in terms of scalability with ads because we have an offer that was proven. But if we were to start with ads, we probably wouldn't have been nearly as successful, and we probably would have went negative in terms of our ad spend. And so it's awesome that you use cold email to do that. And it's awesome too, like once you start to see the results, it is very scalable. You can buy more lead credits from ListKit, you can set up more email accounts and inboxes, you can up the limit on your sending tool. And because it's all automated, the only capacity you really need is to manage the inbox. And that story you told is awesome because it is a hack that we tell people of just put your email in the or put your phone number in the email signature. People will call that number. And the one guy that did call that number ended up turning into a massive account for you guys. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
Maybe talk about your experience with using ListKit to build the leads list and to actually, like do that step in the cold email process.
Yeah. So, well, I have to say, like, I'm not the best at figuring out at like dialing in on like for I would say that some of the specific type of people I've been looking for have been very niche. It's been very like there was actually recently a certain like type of people I was looking for, and I honestly I messed I didn't I looked at ListKit. I was like, okay, I was like, I wonder if it's just so I went and I was like, I wonder if it's ListKit, and then I looked across other ones, then it was like less. I was looking for specific electricians for a search and residential service electricians. So I was getting really frustrated because I was like, oh, I was trying to figure it out on my own, and it's a very hard thing to find. I went to different, and I was like, no, 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 okay, so it is. So then I jumped on a call with Bryce and Francois, and we went into it, and they just showed me how to tweak. And I think the way that we can adjust filters, and they just what I love about ListKit is that one, like any tool, you have to learn how to use it,
Hmm.
but like the level of support from the team to work to be the willingness to just help figure out how to build it, um it's very intuitive, and so I really like being able to go switch between like the company and then having the data visualization so that I can see, okay, this is the list that I built, and then here's everything that's so I can kind of look at the different tools to understand how I'm building the list. And that helps a lot.
That's
Yeah.
awesome, man. Yeah, and that's something we talked about off camera. It's like when we built ListKit, we actually started as a coaching program, where we help people learn how to do cold email for their own business. And so we built ListKit, which was a software tool to help with one part of that process. So when we started the company, we brought over, all of our experience with coaching and training, and gave access to a full, A to Z course on how to do cold email. And then we also have support calls that you can sign up for as a customer, on all things cold email. Like you mentioned, you've attended some of the deliverability best practices calls in the Slack
Mhm.
community, the copywriting calls with Niall, the leads list building calls with Francois and Bryce, like the cold email campaign management calls with Lewis. Like we have a community of cold email experts that can help with everything from deliverability to setting up inboxes to creating campaigns, configuring your sending tool, building super accurate leads list so that you can get the best results from cold email. Because you're absolutely right. It's like the leads are in there, but you just have to be able to know how to use the software tool to effectively find them. And we're not just going to send you a bunch of guides and support articles to do that. We're big believers in actually hopping on the phone with you and walking you through it. So we love doing that. Our team is like super obsessed with figuring out how to use ListKit to meet our customers' needs. And like we were talking off camera, it's really cool that you've been able to experience it and get value from that part of our service offering.
Yeah. I mean, I again, The stuff that you guys, the level of support you guys give is gate kept by people for thousands of dollars. That is to me what like ListKit is slept on by thousands of people. There should be thousands and thousands of people who are just like blown away. And it's obviously like, I think, I don't know. I feel like to me and coming, I've worked in the coaching space and what you guys do is top tier. It's like, like, I don't know how I've never seen another company provide the level of support and all the way through from, working on the tool to, even the business strategy of it. This was probably my fourth time I've tried to do cold email in a business, and this is the first time I've ever had success with it.
Wow.
So, because of the deliverability, because using the right tools, because I knew how to create my script the right way, and then I also didn't get discouraged when I was trying to find the right leads to outreach to, because that's a very hard thing to figure out when you don't come from the space of, scraping leads and refining cleaning lists.
Yeah, and even that process early on, and I appreciate the kind words because that is, something that we put a lot of time and effort into is providing top tier support through, one-on-one calls. I don't see too many other SaaS companies that offer as much one-on-one support as we do, not just one-on-one through email or intercom, but like literally on a call where you can share your screen and talk to our team. Today, actually, we just launched a new form of support where you can fill out a quick form, and we have a team that's on Zoom from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. every single day. So instead of you having to schedule a call for like tomorrow or sometime next week, I could send you this link to a type form. You fill it out telling us what you need help with. It's like a 2-minute form. And then you go into a Zoom room with one of our support specialists anytime during the day, 9 to 5 Eastern. And it's like, we just care so much about like getting our customers the help that they need because we know what we have is valuable.
Mhm.
And the battle for most SaaS companies is making sure the customers actually realize that and see it. And so we don't mess around when it comes to like support and making sure customers have everything they need to succeed. One area I wanted to hit on though is early on, right? Because just like any form of marketing, it's not you turn it on and immediate, success left and right. It's like usually you turn it on and nothing. And it's like, well, this doesn't work. Let me go try something else. But like you stuck with it and over time you started to see results slowly come in and compile. So like what helped you early on not get discouraged by lack of results and keep finding ways to improve things along the way.
I think tracking the right metrics. So I think it's what you can measure, you can manage. And I think that's one of the reasons why I got so discouraged early on the first few times is because I was doing so many wrong things before, on my own, that when I went through and I understand all the things that were killing deliverability, all the reasons. I fall victim to sounding salesy when I write cold emails. So running my scripts across past Lewis and Al like helps me get more of a conversational tone in the email. So if you look at my campaigns, you can see where like one, and just not putting pixels or, links inside of the email.
Mhm.
So all these little things where you can see that deliverability went down, my targeted, my reply to important, or not important,
Interested?
positive responses. Like you can just see campaign over campaign how these things have improved.
Mhm.
And now, I'm so confident in the campaign that all I have to do is pump more leads into it. So uh, honestly, our biggest issue right now is just keeping up with, when the leads are coming in and making sure that we're, on top of it and catching them.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, we're working on some pretty cool product features, in the long term to help with some of the pain points that people still have when it comes to cold email, especially with how AI is really changing the game. There's some really cool things that we're working on that I can't share too much detail on yet, but we have some really innovative product updates that we'll be rolling out sometime this year. So anyways, Austin, I appreciate you for for your business first off, but also for like your commitment to actually going through the training resources and attending the calls that we offer, so that our team can help you, experience the value that ListKit has to offer. And I'm, just really happy to hear that you're seeing the results. You're seeing the ROI from doing cold email, so that you can continue growing your SaaS business. So I love to hear that we're able to support the growth of other SaaS companies. And I just think there's a lot people can learn from this conversation, not about all the great things that Liska has to offer, but like what is required to succeed with cold email and really just in business in general. It's like you as the business owner, or you as the representative of the company, whether you're on the sales team or the marketing team, like you have to take ownership over learning the tools, learning the strategies, and sticking with it for a long period of time until you fully see it through and see that it works. So props to you, bro. Because the tool is just a tool. If you don't know how to use it, or if you make the commitment to use it, the results just won't be there.
Totally. Yeah,
Honestly,
man. I really appreciate it. And definitely has added a skill that helped me be more valuable, in companies and different projects.
cool, man.
I'm also running up new campaigns for new companies also now. So
Oh,
uh just the enthusiasm is there. I want to get my hands dirty and get more successes. So
yeah. And once you see something work, at least this is the way I'm wired, and it sounds like you're the same. But like, you want to share that with more people, right? You don't want to just keep it to yourself. You want to share the results and the success with others. And it sounds like that's, exactly what you're doing by helping other companies now replicate the success you've been able to see through these strategies using ListKit. So, anyways, again, bro, thank you again for your business and for spending the time here with us and our audience to share, what's worked for you when it comes to using ListKit and getting results with cold email. And for anyone listening, uh, feel free to connect with Austin in our Slack community or in our school community. They're all free. Even if you're not a user, you can join these communities for free and just see the value that we have to add. And it only makes sense after going through some of our training that ListKit is a tool you should be using to generate your leads list. And so check it out at listkit.io. If you want to start in the community and get some of that free value first, go ahead and do that. We're there and we're happy to support you. But as soon as you do become a customer, for as little as $97 a month, we're there to support you through one on one calls and through coaching to make sure that you extract the value from your investment. So thanks again for watching, and we'll see you on the next ListKit case study interview.